It looks like there's some confusion as to the difference between the gospel of Jesus Christ and teaching of Paul. Jesus, when he called his 12 disciples unto them, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. And he sent them forth and commanded them, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And you don't hear Paul telling the disciples that they should do this, do you? And continuing, he says, Into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust off your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in the synagogues, and be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but it is the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Brother will deliver up brother to death, the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the city of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. And if they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in the light. And what ye hear in the ear, that preach upon the housetops. And fear not them that kill the body, and are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, for you are of more value than many sparrows. Now, Paul, we see that he was leading that kind of a life. He was preaching, and he would go from city to city, and he'd be persecuted in one city, he would go to another city. Not so sure he was following all of these instructions, like provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats nor shoes nor yet staves. But he was traveling with and undergoing much persecution, you know. And Jesus sent out 70 others, you know, and he says, take nothing for your journey. The same sort of instructions. And they followed those instructions. Now in Luke 12, we see again the teachings of Jesus Christ. And he says in verse 20 and 29, 29 in chapter 12 says, "And seek not what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither ye be of doubtful mind, for all these things do the nations of the world seek after. And your Father knoweth ye have need of these things, but rather seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you." Then he speaks about the little flock. And he says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." And what does he tell this little flock? He says, "Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Similar instructions again. But he's speaking to his disciples now. Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. He's talking about his return. And when he finds his servants, that little flock, following his instructions and walking as he walked, he will first contact them. He's not going to go to the churches where they're sitting in pretty clothes, coats and ties, where they all have homes and apartments and work 5 days a week at a worldly job. His disciples have chosen a different life for themselves. Somebody say, "Well, that's so obscure. That's a strange life. Walking around like homeless people, you know. Wow, what kind of life is that? That's no respectable life." But those that seek to follow Jesus Christ, that are not content with church life for their Christianity, which want to, when I went to these congregations, I always wanted to be with Jesus and his disciples, sleeping outside, traveling, being involved with his kingdom 24 hours a day. That was my desire. And that's what I did. When I was 34 years old, I finally came to my senses. And I thought, this is what I want. And it was time for me to get serious about Christianity. Not just play church, but follow Jesus Christ. He is the way and the truth and the life. Not Paul. Not Apollos, not any of the disciples, but Jesus Christ is the way and the truth and the life.